One. Hey everybody, welcome to LDRS Creative on a Tuesday night. Yay! We made it. This almost didn't happen. Alan and I, for some reason today, I think we're just really sluggish. I don't know if it's like full moon time or what's going on, but we're both like really sluggish. So if anybody else, if y'all are sluggish out there right now, give us a whoop whoop. So we are struggling. We have music going and everything just to try and ramp up some energy. Oh my goodness gracious. So welcome. So happy to actually be here. I'm so glad we made it. Yay. And we saw so many people out there already, so that was really, really nice. So hi to everybody. Hi. So you know what? I actually had a what?
Nothing.
Are you gonna say something?
No.
I gotta say, I'm actually feeling really good about myself these days. I started doing, we have a new design team member, and her name is Monica, and she posted something really early on. You're not gonna see her yet on the website. She's really, really new, but she posted something really, really early on. She was doing Pilates. All right, now this is already telling me how my brain's going to work. My mouth is going to say one thing while my brain thinks another. But anyway, she posted, it's like, I don't know, I think it's like Move with Nicole or something. And this is somebody, she's a Pilates, I don't know if she's an instructor or what, but she does videos on YouTube. And I thought, man, you know, I really need to move. I don't move a whole lot anymore because I work all the time. And so anyway, I'm 3 weeks in, I've done Pilates every single day. So I'm actually feeling better, feeling really good. And then in my closet today, when I was putzing around trying to figure out what I was going to wear, I found this little dress, which you guys are you're gonna roll your eyes at me. Look at the tiny little flowers. You know how much I love flowers. I wore this dress 25 years ago. So I think 26 years ago now, because I was 27 when I wore it.
I wore it just 2 years ago. You were at home.
Oh my God. Alan said he wore it 2 years ago when I wasn't home. Oh my gosh. Alan. Oh. Okay. Anyway. The whole point was I feel really good about myself. So I fit in something that I almost fit in it. It doesn't fit quite the same as it did when I was 27, but I'm in it and it's not pulling anywhere. And so I thought I would wear it, you know, internationally. Anyway, okay. That's all I have for tonight. Oh boy, apparently Alan woke up. Goodness gracious. All right, so tonight we're going to be doing some slimline stuff. And so I'm really excited about this because we've got videos that go up, weekly and stuff on our YouTube channel. And some of the girls have been working with these slimline dies and stencils, and I love these. I was so excited to have these in the lineup. And so, today?
Apparently, just within the last few seconds.
Happy birthday, Will! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday, Will! So exciting! Yay! Okay, so back to what I was talking about. Slimline stuff, or the folk art stuff. We've got these coordinating dies. They're slimline. We actually have a slimline one and an A2. And then we have stencils that go with them that you can use to color up. And so our design team has been just doing some gorgeous things with them. And I've just been really kind of, antsy, itching and stuff to use these. So I thought, what better day than today? I was feeling sluggish. I didn't have a whole lot of time. And these are something that are quick and easy. And I think they really pack a lot of punch. So I thought I'd give them a try. So that's what I'm working with today. So Misto Hunt, if you will kindly switch the camera to camera 2. Thank you. Okay, so the one that I'm going to work with today is the Art Slimline. So it's this one. You can see I've already played with it a little bit. So it's one big die that cuts, our Slimline size is 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. This is off that measurement by about a 1/16 of an inch. So that allows you, when you cut that, it allows you to actually, when you put it on a card base, it gives you a tiny little bit of an edge around it with that card base, which is really, really nice. And then you can color it up with the stencils, or if you just want to use the stencils on their own, you can do that too. So this is what it looks like when it has color. And then on the back, we actually show you the different stencils. So we have stencils 1 plus 2 plus 3. When you layer those up and add color, this is what it looks like with 3 colors. And you can actually add more colors than that if you want. Both Linnea and Elena, I think, have used this stencil. I think Elena just did one where she was actually taping some of it off, like I'm going to be doing tonight, and getting a whole bunch of color in there. And so anyway, that is the Slimline version, and I love folk art. Isn't that gorgeous? I absolutely love folk art. I think it's so pretty. That is the Slimline, and then we also have an A2 version. So this is an A2 cover plate, and it works the same way. It's going to cut out that whole frame, and it's going to cut out that beautiful pattern. It's going to cut out all those little pieces. So if you want, and let me come in close on this one because it's a little bit smaller. If you want to pop all those up on foam and stuff, you know, you have all those pieces like this one. If you cut it, I think 4 times, once out of white, then out of navy, pink, and gold. You'll have all those little pieces that you can then layer up and have a beautiful textured folk art pattern. Or the option then is to use these 3 stencils and color it up 1, 2, 3. So we show you stencil 1 plus stencil 2 plus stencil 3. If you were to use those colors, this is what you would achieve. So, and the stencils, you can use these on their own. You don't have to use the die. You can use the die on its own without the stencils. So they are, and that works for the Slimline too. They're designed to be used independently, but they're also designed to be used together if that's what you choose to do. And then I'm going to grab a sentiment from the Thinking of You, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek because I really wanted to use, there's 2 dies that are in one of our new Slimline dies that are coming out in the next couple of weeks. There's actually, you know, we took them to trade show, what was that, last week? And you can actually see some sneak peeks. There are some stores that are already showing the collection and have them up for pre-order and stuff. But anyway, there's 2 dies in a set for labels that I want to use, and so I'm going to show off one of our new Slimline dies so that I can use it on this little sentiment that says "Thinking of You." So that is everything that I'm going to use today. So let's go ahead and get started. Grab my stuffs over here. Oh. I feel all out of sorts. I don't know what's going on.
You want to go back out a little bit?
Yeah, let's go back out to camera 2. All right, black cardstock. Here's what I wanted to do. I thought I'm going to actually cut the die in black. And so I'm going to kind of do a reverse so that the color is going to really pop. And then I have bright colors that are going to pop through it. And so we're gonna get this lined up, and then Alan is gonna take it and cut this for me. Sorry about that noise. That was a little loud. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this trimmed. I have a little bit of extra space here for it. Got stuff on here. I must have done some embossing or something here. I could feel that I didn't clean up very well. So what I want to do, Alan, so here's the beautiful die. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. I just love that. It's just gorgeous. Look how messy that edge is. That's an example. That shows you right there that I need a new blade for my paper trimmer. All right, so because we have a lot of cuts on this, it's pretty detailed. Normally, when I cut on my I usually will put the die down, put the blade down. But because it's a little more intricate, there's a lot going on, I'm actually going to face it up. So I'm going blade side up, putting the cardstock over it. All right, Ellen, you're going to have to be careful and make sure that that stays in place because I'm not taping it.
Did it stay in place?
Yeah, it stayed in place so far.
I don't know.
All right. So while he does that, I'm going to go ahead and get these stencils out so we're not wasting time. There we go. And then you can see the stencils. I'm going to talk about these stencils. I'm going to have Alan actually zoom in on these in a moment. Well, let's go back to this because he got it done. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to create a little bit of a mess. Ooh. Slide all that off. There we go. Look at it, a little piece flew. There's a little piece that flew. So this is what we've got. You want to zoom in, Alan? There we go. So isn't that beautiful? I mean, it just cuts like, it's gorgeous. So I have all these pieces are all going to pop out. I probably shouldn't do that on my glass mat. Hey, Alan, will you get me that little brush thing over there? The little roller brush? Yeah, that's perfect. Excellent. I don't know if that's going to pop out. Let's see.
Do you want me to pop them out?
No, it's working. All right, let's see if I have any. Nope, they came out really nicely just by rolling it. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. All right, so I can set that aside now. And then look at, most of it just falls out. You can see all these beautiful little pieces. You can see how some of these come out. We've actually got like two pieces here. See how those are together? There's two pieces. One frames the other. Isn't that beautiful? So when you cut these in different, if you cut it like a few times in different colors, you can mix and match all those colors and get some beautiful like inlaid looks with them. Here's some of the pieces that fell out. You can see just how beautiful they are. Here's one right here. Fits in there perfectly. You know, so anyway, it's just gorgeous. I just think it's so pretty. So I'm just going to pop all these little things out. You can see how easy they come out. It doesn't take any work at all. That little frame. Isn't that cute? All these really pretty little pieces. So last one up here. So here's all my little pieces. I'm not going to throw this away. I'm gonna save these little pieces because I will use these in another project somewhere. All these little pieces that came out of here are, I mean, they're golden. You want to keep those for another project. So I'm going to push those up toward the top there and leave those alone. But this is what we've got. Alan, you want to go back to camera 2? So this is what we have. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, it's just a beautiful start. I love it. I think it's so gorgeous. These beautiful big flowers. Anyway, I think it's gorgeous. Okay. Next step is going to be, this is Bristol. Bristol cardstock. We have it in the store. This is what I use whenever I'm going to be doing color blending. And that's what I'm going to be doing with this project is color blending. So this is Bristol smooth surface. I don't have the label in front of me. But I'm going to go ahead and trim. Actually, let me get my larger paper trimmer over there, Alan. I might need that. I'm going to trim this. Remember when I said it was just a little bit smaller, like a 1/16 of an inch smaller? Put it down.
Do you need the blade?
No, just put it down.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, just right there. Yeah, thank you. So remember when I said this is like about like a 1/16 of an inch smaller, more narrow in both directions than 3 1/4 and the 8 1/4. So I'm going to trim my Bristol to be that size, but I have to change paper trimmers to do the long side because the Bristol is longer and that paper trimmer doesn't accommodate the long paper. So this is 8 1/2 and I had said 8 1/4, right? So here's my 8 1/4. I'm going to go a little bit shy of that, about a 1/16 of an inch, and trim that. And so now these should line up. They should fit really nicely together. See how pretty? perfection. And it's okay. It's actually probably better if the white one is just a little bit smaller. That's totally fine. I'm not worried about it. All I want to do is line things up now nicely. I've got, oops, I'm creating a mess. Okay, so I have just a scrap piece of paper. You can see I've already used it for something else. But I'm going to use that for, you know, any over blending. And I'm going to get my colors out. So here's the colors that I'm going to play with. I've got 5 colors. I wanted bright colors. So this first one is Lantern Yellow. Lantern Yellow. Key Lime Pie. I wanted really bright colors for summer. Lala Lavender. Tickled Pink, which is my favorite pink. And then Bally Blue. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. Now, these are our hybrid inks. These are going to have a little bit longer of a drying time because it is a hybrid. They're going to blend absolutely beautifully when I put them on the Bristol. They're very creamy and they're a very intense color, and they're going to stay that color. They're not going to dry into a different color. So, you know, it has, that color has staying power. So they're just brilliant. I love hybrids. So that's why we do hybrids. So I'm going to start off here. I'm going to start with my Lantern Yellow. I don't need this right now. I'm going to set that aside for a moment. I do want to talk about these. Actually, we should probably zoom in the camera for a moment, Alan, because I wanted to talk about these stencils. So we've got the 3 stencils, right? Each of our stencils, I don't know if you can see this or not. I went over it in yellow because I've already blended, but can you see that number 1 on it? There it is. Catch it in the camera. See the 1? All right, so that's stencil 1. Then we have stencil number 2. All right, they are numbered. And then, of course, is stencil number 3. You know, if you want to go over it with color like I did, it makes it easier to see. But it is etched in there. And they're really, really easy to line up. I will tell you that. So I'm going to lay stencil number 1 over. I am going to use my die cut to line up the first one. Just because if I were working on a bigger piece of paper, actually we go back out to camera 2 because it's just too much, it's too close. If I was working on a bigger piece of paper and I just started stenciling, it wouldn't be an issue. But because I've already trimmed my paper down, I am going to line up my stencil with my die cut. Fabi is here. Oh my goodness, girl. Hello, Fabi. Oh my gosh, I miss you. Fabi is my girlfriend, long lost girlfriend. We haven't seen each other in a long time. She's actually from Brazil, but she is living in New Zealand, and I miss her tremendously. And we need to get on a call, girl, because I miss you.
We need to go to New Zealand.
Yes, we need to go to New Zealand. That's exactly it.
If we only had an invite.
If we only had an invite, Alan. My husband, who has no shame. So I have this lined up so that I have the corners of the black cardstock meeting the corners of the white cardstock underneath. And because I don't want it to move, I'm just going to put my inks down while I get my tape. So I am going to tape this down. If I had sprayed with like a pixie spray or something on the back of my stencil, that would have been easier, right? But I don't always do things the easy way. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up now. I've got my stencil in place. And I'm just going to tape it down a couple of spots. Just to make it easy. All right. So I've got my Lantern Yellow. I'm going to get started with this one. And I do want this color to be kind of vibrant. I'm going to put this Lantern Yellow in all of these areas except for, got dust on there, except for these 2. I'm going to leave those. So I've got my Lantern Yellow. This is so creamy and wonderful. I don't have to brush off because I really want this to be, you know, just really brilliant, really sharp. Just get it in there. Look how pretty it is already. Lantern yellow. I mean, talk about a gorgeous, gorgeous yellow. There we go. A little bit more. Oh my gosh, I just realized, what time is it? Oh, it's morning in New Zealand, isn't it? There we go. So there's the yellow. And then I'm going to grab my key lime and get those two little areas right there. You can mix up the colors however you want, so you don't have to put one color per stencil. So I'm going to get a little bit of this key lime. Work that in there nice and bright. There we go. So pretty. And then I forgot to put my little piece of scrap paper down beforehand, didn't I? Well, I'm going to put it down now because I want to clean this. I want to wipe this off. I'm telling you, I'm out of sorts. I don't know what's up with me today. It's a full moon, I'm going to guess. It's going to be a full moon tonight. Because something's not right.
Do I need to check that?
I think you should. Okay, so there is stencil number 1. Here is stencil numero 2. And now I'm going to line this stencil up. I can see through it. So I can line up. I'm checking to see where things are matching up. All right, Alan, you want to come in with the camera? Come into camera 2 or 3 a little bit. I want to show this. So I can see that I have this little, I don't know, teardrop. I have it on both sides, the top and the bottom down here. And so I'm going to use that visually to line it up. You know, you may choose to line up using something else, but I'm going to use that. I'm also going to try and space these little teardrops a little bit as well. So that's going to help me, just lining up that pattern. All right, you can go ahead and go back out with the camera. I'm going to put this down on here so it doesn't move. And I'm going to get some tape and just tape it down. Put this back up on the screen. There we go. And I'm putting my tape in areas where I don't have to stencil, just to make it easy. All right. So my next color, I still forgot to put this underneath. Oh well. Oh well. Now I am going to do a little bit of masking here with some tape. I don't want to get this big flower area. This actually, I don't know, hopefully you guys can see it. We've got this white on white. I don't want to get these big flower areas because when you look, this was my little thing here. And let me come into the camera again.
Yep.
Okay. The wide area here where we have the orange, that is the, that's this stencil number 2. That goes down first. That's the wider area. Stencil number 3 has that same pattern, but it's more narrow. And that's what you see in that navy blue there on the packaging. All right, so the orange goes down first and then the navy comes over it. Well, I don't want to color where that orange is. My topper is going to be black. So I've decided that I want to have that space back there where it's orange on both of these big flowers. I want that to be white. So I'm not going to add color in these big flowers. I'm going to leave those. And so in order to leave those and make sure I don't get anything in them, I'm going to tape them off. All right. You can go back to the other camera.
I feel like George Jetson today.
George Jetson. Why do you feel like George Jetson?
Turning the computer on and off.
George Jetson? Turning the computer on and off. What are you talking about?
It's one of the episodes of the Jetsons.
It's an episode of the Jetsons.
Yeah.
All right. I do not recall. Of course. We do have an age discrepancy, so you're memory of the Jetsons might be better than mine.
But we still have the same love for the same dress.
He said, but we still have the same love for the same dress. I wish you were referring to it on me.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
We need to put a microphone on you, honey.
No, I don't think so.
All right, so I'm taping off where I don't want that ink to go. Okay. Now I'm going to grab this beautiful, beautiful La La Lavender. La 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 La. La La Lavender. And I got a purple brush here. You guys know we have our brushes now, LDRS, and they're all black. I've been using these are the only brushes I've been using. I've actually been using the same brushes. Like these are all I use this for all my yellows, all my blues, all my greens. Well, not all my blues. This is my darker blues and this is my more aqua blues. I never thought I would do that. I thought I was going to have like one for every single color, and I haven't been doing that. So this does like all my purples. So I should have one for lighter purples and one for darker purples. And that's probably where I will go once I get really dark purples on it. But anyway, regardless. Sorry, sidebar. So I'm going to get purple up here in these beautiful leaves because not all leaves are green, right? So pretty. There we go. Let's get these down here. All I'm doing is making little circles and just pushing that color through the stencil. Really simple. You know, you can be as intense with the color or as light with the color. You can, you know, shadow it if you want. You can leave some areas a little bit lighter. It's completely up to you, however you want to do it. So that is the purple. We've got a couple of other colors in here too that I'm going to use. I'm going to use this beautiful Bally Blue, and I'm going to do that teardrop. No. I'm going to do this one down here in the blue. The teardrop I'm going to end up doing in pink. So let's see. I also have these two little teardrop kind of things here that I'm going to do in blue. And I am going to put a little piece of tape. I'm going to get a skinny little piece of tape. Because I don't want to get it in that area. So I just want to be careful. How long, Fabi is asking, how long does it take for this ink to dry? Not very long. It does have a longer dry time because it's a hybrid. It's a combination of a pigment and a dye ink. So it has a little bit of an extended time. The more you layer on, the longer it's going to take. But typically speaking, like when I lift this up, these will be dry. But they do kind of reactivate each other too when you're stenciling. So I could still blend, you know, one color into another, you know, a little bit later before it dries permanently. All right, let's lift this off. So just within a couple of minutes, even if you've layered up the color, it should be pretty dry. You can already see, just trying to wipe it off my stencil, it's dried some on there, and that's fine. I don't worry about it. There we go. But yeah, these are dry. You know. All right. So that is stencil number 2. Where did I put stencil number 3? There we go. So here is stencil number 3. Now here, I'm going to line these up I could line these up with the, you know, with the black cover plate if I wanted to. But I'm actually going to just line up like these circles that are up in the top there. I'm just going to make sure that those are centered because I can see through. Alan, you want to go to the next camera? Actually, I'm going to get my tape ready because I'm going to have to tape this down. So see how I can see through? So I can make sure that these little green areas, that those holes are centered on the pattern that's underneath. And I can also make sure that each of these little circles, I have 3 at the bottom and I also have 3 at the top that are off camera right now. I can make sure that those are centered. I could be really precise and I could get out my, you know, the die cut, the black die cut if I really wanted to be precise with it. But to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not really concerned about it because if I end up with a little bit of a white frame somewhere, I'm not worried about it. I think it'll be really pretty. It's just going to make that color pop even more. So I would rather be a little, you know, off with it anyway. All right, let's go back to camera 2. And now I have, let's see, I've got my, actually I'm going to do this first. The center area right here, I'm going to hit with some yellow. So I'm going to mix up my colors a little bit here. So I'm just going to kind of mask off the bottom of each of these flowers, just so I don't get any color in there. I'm going to come in with my yellow, which is my lantern yellow, and just get that right in the middle there. There we go. Really easy. And then I'm going to take some of the blue and go over the green. And this is where you're going to see how the hybrid inks will reactivate each other, because you're going to get a blend of the blue and the green here. Isn't that pretty? I should have masked this off, but I didn't. There we go. Now I am going to just wipe off the excess here because I'm going to go in, then I'm going to remove that tape and I'm going to work with my beautiful tickled pink. And I don't want to get the other colors, that blue and that yellow, mixed in if I have any excess on my stencil. So I just want to make sure I don't have any of those colors there. And so now with tickled pink, I'm going to finish this. Okay, I have the 3 little circles at the bottom. You get those really quick. I have the 3 little circles up at the top. And now I've got this flower. So pretty. You know, and if you want to come in and just maybe get in the center of this flower with a burgundy or something, that would be stunning as well. I'm just to give it a darker color in the center. But I'm going to stay really true to the color here and leave it like it is. I'll wait until I remove this. Isn't that gorgeous? It's so pretty. It's so easy. I mean, it's coloring at its easiest. And I'll tell you, playing with these stencils, you know, I'm actually really proud of these because, you know, crafting can be all different, you know, levels and, you know, levels of difficulty. And, you know, sometimes you go into the craft room and you want to spend, you know, 3 hours watercoloring some beautiful florals. And then other times you go in and you go, you know what, I need a card. I want a card quick. Or, maybe I don't even need a card. Maybe I just want to create something, but I've only got, 30 minutes or something. Well, that's when this stuff really comes into play, because you can take these dies and these stencils and you can do something really simply. Now watch what happens. Oh, I did. Cindy Patty's saying, did you forget the teardrops? I did, but you know what? I don't even miss them. I'll go back and get them in a moment, but look how this looks. Actually, it looks kind of cool without it. I've got white teardrops.
Mine are clear.
I am going to go back in and get those teardrops, though. Yep, I did miss them. Eek, gads.
Somebody's paying attention.
Somebody is paying attention. I forgot those. So let's go back in and get those. Thank you, Cindy. So now I would have just gone on and made it. I'm telling you, it's an off day. It's a funky, funky day. Is that a funky Comedina? I mean, does anybody even know what that is anymore? Does anybody remember that?
That's a crank it up to 30 song.
That's a crank it up to 30 song. You know what? I'm just gonna go for this, and I'm not gonna tape it down. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna go for it. So I'm gonna line this up with what I've already got down there. Oh my goodness. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Gorgeous. There we go. Now it's a masterpiece. There we go. All right. So let's try this again. Look how gorgeous this is when you stack this over the top of that. Isn't that pretty? It's just beautiful. And so this is what I was talking about. That's why I left stencil number 2 white, because I really wanted that white to frame that pink and really make that pop. Isn't that gorgeous? Gosh, I love it. Me loves it. Me loves it. Where's my adhesive? Where's my glue? My liquid glue. Here we go. Alrighty. I'm going to use a clear liquid here and just get what?
I'm just wondering how you're going to do that. That's complicated.
How's that complicated?
There's a lot of...
Well, this part's going to take a moment to get all this down on it, but I'm just going to put it, it's like a little dabble do ya, right? I'm just like quoting all kinds of things tonight. What's happening to me? Oh my gosh.
It'd be neat to have a little roller thing that just goes zzz over it.
Yeah, but if I used a little roller thing, wouldn't it get glue everywhere?
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe you did something like the envelopes where you stick the envelopes.
People
together.
can't hear you, honey.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
You.
I know, but they want to hear what you're saying.
No,
so
they don't.
They do. Who wants to hear what Alan's saying?
Let's see. No, they're saying no.
They're not saying no. They want to hear what you're saying. It sounds like a one kind. It's a one-sided conversation if all they hear is me going, yeah, but they don't know what you're saying or what I'm responding to. They want to hear you. They want you on microphone telling you. Gotta give the ladies what they want.
I always do. I ship same day.
All right, so let me move this into place. There we go. So pretty.
Oh, spray adhesive.
Spray adhesive would be great. That would be fantastic. See, I could have done a little bit of a better job lining things up if I had lined it up with the die cut. But I actually like that I have that little bit of white here and there, because I think it really makes the colors pop. And, you know, I've even got some little accidents in here where, you know, where I blended a little bit of blue into the purple, or maybe I didn't completely blend the purple to the ends or whatever, but I don't care. I think it's gorgeous. I love having, and I really like having the little bits of white. So, you know, I guess the thing is just don't worry if you don't line it up absolutely perfectly, because it doesn't have to be. Isn't it stunning? I think it's so pretty. Ah, I'm very happy. Okay, now it's time for a sentiment. And I told you that I wanted to do a sentiment from this this Pelargonium stamp set. And here's the thing, I realized as I started doing some sentiments over the last several months, I realized we didn't really have a nice, like some label dies to do little smaller sentiments. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek. This one, if you haven't seen this already in a store, or on, a sneak peek from a store near you. This one is the Elegant Stitched Frames Slimline die set at 17 dies, and this is part of our Halloween and Christmas collection that is going to be shipping to stores just in a couple of weeks. So this is an awesome, awesome slimline die set. One of the things I will tell you, well, first of all, this has got one of those beautiful labels in it that I wanted to use. So it's actually got 2 dies in it, so you can frame it beautifully as well as all these gorgeous nested dies that are just fabulous for layers and windows and shaker cards and just all kinds of stuff. It has the 2 outer dies that you're used to seeing from us, where we have the gorgeous outer die, the beautiful shape here, and then we have that nested one, so you have your gorgeous card topper plus the one that nests. But the really cool thing about this, and we do have another one too that I'm not showing you right now, we solved the problem, because a lot of you guys were saying, I wish I had a card that was in the same shape as my card topper. Or I hate having to hand cut my card toppers all the time. I wish I had a die for that. So we've solved both of those problems. This outer die here, let me show you one that I have opened over here. This largest die here actually has the blade all around the edge, all around 3 sides. You want to come closer, Alan?
Yeah, people are asking if that's the one on HSN.
No, this is not on HSN.
The new.
This is a new. This is not
released.
Yeah, this is not released. This is not on HSN. We did have this concept on HSN. The dies that we had on HSN sold out before I could even put them on. That's how much people are loving this concept. They sold out before I could even put them, before I could even go on air. They had to cancel our airing because everything sold out. But no, these are not the same set. These are a completely different set. But point is, it has the blade all around 3 sides, no blade along the 4th side. This is the edge that you would put on the fold of your card base. You put that on the fold of your card base, folded. And this, you can actually cut through, because I do this, through the Nina 110-pound cardstock that I use. You can cut through 2 layers of it with these dies. You put this flat side along the edge of your fold, and you're going to get a beautiful card base that is the exact same shape as your die, as your card topper. You want to go to camera 2, Alan? He's not paying attention. You're going to get a card base that's the exact same shape, and you're not going to have to hand cut your card base. So this is coming, and no, it is not what we had on HSN. This is a completely different set. All right, so another set to add to your collection, because these are incredible. But for today, I'm going to use the little labels that come with it. So I'm going to go ahead and
You just put that thing on that card.
I'll find a place. Don't you worry, Misto. I will find a place.
Put it inside. You can put it inside.
No, I'm not going to put it inside, honey. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stamped. And I'm going to use the Thinking of You. It's going to fit in there beautifully. Go over here so you can see that. You put this in a location here that I know I have room on here, room around it so the die will fit. There we go. So it's in the corner. Here is my Raven hybrid ink. All right, here's my Raven. The blackest of black, because it's what I like when I'm stamping sentiments. I'm gonna get that inked up. I haven't stamped this one before, so it's possible I might have to stamp it a second time. I just made a mess, oy vey. And I've got my Stampendable to get even pressure. You know what, I am gonna stamp it a second time. There we go. Beautiful. All right. So, put my Raven ink away, get that out of there. And I'm going to get everything lined up here. Now I am going to tape this down so that Alan doesn't have any issues.
Wow, I'm pushing the button so much. And
I know. We got you so busy today.
I'm going to get my union contract.
Your union contract. Oy vey.
Needs to be updated.
Yeah.
I mean, who's the star of this show, after all?
Oh my gosh. I think it's the dies, to be honest with you.
Good point.
It certainly isn't me. I'm doing everything wrong tonight. Alrighty. There you go. I taped it down so you can't go wrong.
You idiot.
Yes, I idiot-proofed it for you. That was him. He said that. I just repeated it. Don't get mad at me.
You're going to get hate mail.
Everybody loves you. Nobody loves me. I read through messages. I always watch the videos back, and I read through where, like, sometimes you guys think I'm like abusing him. It cracks me up. He asks for it every time. All right, here we go. Isn't this gorgeous? Let me get all the fuzz off of it. It's so pretty. I just think it's really pretty. I love the die set. I could do the second die around it. And actually it'd be really pretty probably if I did it maybe in pink. But I think I'm just going to put this like here somewhere. I could put it right in the center there and have that kind of frame. Oh, that looks so pretty. I'm going to do that. I wish I had a really bright pink. That would have worked really nice. But I think I'm going to go here. Okay, so I need a card base. And I'm going to have to hand cut this. See, this is the reason we created the dies, so you don't have to hand cut your own. What is the width of this right now? What paper is this? I can't tell because the paper's too big for the... All right, let's see where we are. This is not the right paper. Alan, will you do me a favor and get me a piece of Nina? Get me a piece of Nina cardstock over there. Yep, that's when I'm having trouble.
Like
farthest to
here?
the left.
Like here?
Yep. Yeah, the thick one. Yep.
Oh, is that it?
No, the thick one, farthest to the left.
Oh.
Other left.
No, I had the right left. I didn't have the farthest.
You didn't have the farthest left. Okay. So this is 11. So I need to cut this to 3.5, 7. So I need to cut 4 inches off of it.
What do you make?
I'm making a card base. So I want it to be, I'm going to make my card base 3.5 by 8.5. So I've already got 8.5 in length, and I needed it to be 7 inches. And since it was already 11 inches, I just cut 4 inches off of it. And we're going to hope I did that math correctly because my brain isn't working. And I'm going to score at 3.5. See, this is what you have to go through if you don't have a die to do it. And the other die set has an outer die that does a card that is just a standard, like slimline, like this, where it's straight. It doesn't have a fancy edge on it, and we did that intentionally. All right, so here is this piece, which is going to be beautifully framed now. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. I am going to pop this up on some foam because, well, that's what I do, right? So let's get my foam out. Alan's little smiley face that he put on there for me. I don't think this is going to be long enough. I'm trying not to drop the foam on the floor. There we go. Nope, not long enough. So let's go a little bit longer with the next piece. I can always trim more off if I have to. And I do have to, but that's okay. What I trim off of here, I will put over here. Look how that worked out. It's like magic. And that one worked out perfectly. Yay. All right. Oh, you remember last week when somebody said that I forgot to peel one of the pieces off? She was right. It was the extra little piece that was like on an end like that. And I missed it completely, but I saw it on the playback of the video.
Somebody said that would make a good lantern.
Ooh, that's a great idea. I love that. Yeah, I love the idea of doing a beautiful lantern with this pattern. That'd be gorgeous.
Or I wonder if you could just take a lantern and, I don't know, use the stencil somehow. Spray it.
I don't know. How much time you got, Alan? I think you should craft this up, man.
I could do it. Have a husband challenge where everybody buys those and then we piece them together.
What?
I think the wives should buy this die.
The wives? You're saying the wives should get the die, and what?
And the husbands put a card together using paper.
Oh, we could have a hubby challenge.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna have to put my head in the way here because I wanna. All right, I'm gonna move this down here. Sorry, pardon me. Pardon me. Pardon me. Sorry, excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon me.
Excuse me.
All right, there we go. It's off, and I just pushed it down. Leave it to me to do that. Let me move it over a tiny bit because it will drive me nuts, and I'll do it off camera later, and it'll ruin it because I will have waited too long. There. There we go. I think it's pretty. Look how vibrant that is. Oh my gosh, having that black around it, I just think that really makes it pop. I love it. I think it's stunning. Easy card, easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. Love it. Alrighty. Well, gosh, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I enjoyed making it because that was fun. And it turned out like it did, like it looks like it did in my head. Yay. All right, Misto, camera 1. He's failing miserably on the camera tonight. I like it. I hope you guys like it. Oh, my hair. Oh, vey, I look terrible. All right, let's get that camera shot again. I have to have a pic to put, to do like the thumbnail.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. But it's hard because, excuse me, when I'm watching the playback and then I'm looking for like a still shot where I'm not, making like, a face like that or my head's up because I'm laughing it's ridiculous. So if I do the shot in the middle there, then at least I have something that I can use for a thumbnail. Okay, so we're gonna have a giveaway, and oh no! And for the giveaway, we're gonna actually give away both the stencil set and the die.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's a big give. I don't have a set mine are a mess right now because I didn't put everything away. If you could see the mess I have on my hands. So we're gonna do the folk art. Let me piece this together and make it look a little bit better. While Mr. Hunt comes up with a name. Actually, I'll just go like this and I'll hold up the stencils. Here, how's that? That works. So we will do die and stencils. Yay! I just need a name from Misto Hubby. Renee Robinson. Renee Robinson! You won the Folk Art Slimline die. That's a big die, and the stencils that go with it. So congratulations, Renee. Renee, we need you to please send a message. We need your complete, like your full name and your complete mailing address. Send it to customerservice@ldrscreative.com. And we will get your Folk Art Slimline die and stencils out to you right away. So yay! Congratulations, Renee. So excited for you. You're going to have a blast with it. It's really fun. Really fun. It's super easy. I love it. All right, everybody. That is it for tonight. Little reminder. What?
Nothing.
Little reminder. We're not going to be here Thursday. And I'm actually not going to be here next week because I am going on a vacation. And I say I because it's a girls' vacation. And so my husband and our son are going to have their own little vacation, just the two of them here.
Yeah,
Guide time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going on a girls' vacation with my girl Stephanie. We haven't seen each other in too long because of the pandemic. And so we're going to spend a week together, and I can't wait. I'm super excited. And I'm not going to tell you where we're going, but I will tell you when we get back, and we may even post some pictures and see if we could get you guys to guess where we are. Who knows? So pay attention to our Instagram page because we'll probably be posting some stuff out there, potentially, or maybe even on the Facebook group. Don't know. Anyway, I will be back the following week, and we'll put the announcement out so you'll get an email ahead of time so you know when we're coming on. If you are not getting if you're not already signed up for the emails, go to our website, and at the bottom you want to sign up for the daily inspiration at the bottom because that's where this gets sent out. So anyway, everybody, thank you so much. I had a wonderful evening, and I hope you guys learned something. I hope you had some fun. Thank you for joining us, and I can't wait to see you. Till next time, everybody.